I forgot I mute myself. Sorry. I forgot I mute myself. How is everybody doing? How are you? How are you? How is everybody doing so far? Your girl is here tonight. Greetings to everyone. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Oh, I can't see the chat. Sorry, I'm doing restream. Give me a second there. I just see the message come. Hey, Selena, how are you? Oh, no sound. Are you hearing me now? Oh, yeah. Cause what happened when I was doing the restream? I had mute myself and mute the camera. So when I come off the camera, then I forgot to unmute. So sorry about that. But thank you, Selena. How are you today? How are you? Man, I am in homeschooling. Whew. And if I think that homeschooling is easy, I just got out of it, helping my son with social study. But I learned some interesting things that I also need to know for myself as well. So you know what I mean if you know. Look at moms killing the technology. I'm telling you, ring light, everything up. So good night, family. How is everybody? How is everybody? Greetings. I literally just got out, guys, but I was learning social study just now, and was trying to help my son with last week social study work. We almost finished it last week, but I forgot we had one more part left in it. Yes, I can see you and hear you perfectly. Yes, thank you so much, Selena. Thank you, and greetings to everyone who is watching privately or publicly. And I'm in my little green dress. I don't know what kind of dress is it. If it's a like African costume or anything, yeah. Homeschooling too. Curriculum is full. Okay, I do know what you mean. Yes. So, but nevertheless, Mama gonna top up on her peanuts, and so I had bought these drinks, but I forgot. Yes, I love the dress too. I actually have two of them. Which one? You guys see me in the other color before? I think it was blue, but now I'm actually in the green one now. I'm in the green one now, so looking more poised in the house. And guys, why when you clean today? A good thing last night. I didn't come live last night, right? Or like this spot late at night. But it's a good thing I cleaned up last night. Again, I was saying I was going to do some cleaning afterward. I helped my son. Good thing. Bang bang today at my door again. Somebody coming in at 7 o'clock. I'm like, whoa. Whew. But anyway, to God be the glory. Yeah, and I went out today get me some orange juice, and my elderly church brother, he went and got some food, and then he shared some with us. So we got a lot of rice because I was planning to buy me some rice. I don't have to buy none. After I buy me some orange juice, then he gave me a bottle. But the good thing about it, he gave me of orange juice, that one you don't have to put it in the fridge until it is ready. Gorgeous dress. Presentation, sister, are telling you. So how are you doing, Selena? How are you? And to everyone else, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? You know, I'm here, I'm doing good, I'm doing good, I'm giving thanks. But homeschool is no joke, especially when the kids are young. You literally basically doing half of the work for the children. But the good thing, guys, oh, the other day when I didn't come online and I bottled down and get my son together, guys, one of the work he was supposed to upload the other day and I was frustrated at him. He went into class this morning and he said, Ma, I said, yeah, I want you to come here. And I stood right there and I listened to him, guys. He read everything. And I'm like, sometimes as parents, you think that when you being hard on your children, the result not gonna pay off. Trust me, it will. Depending on what hard is that you're doing for them, When it comes to education, yeah, you hard on them. Anything else, oh. I started using Restream to Resilient. It's great. I am doing really well. Yes, yes. I gotta pay for the paid version though, because the free version is like, it's like homeschool. Homeschool is no joke. You must take it serious. Plan, prepare, research. It's a lot. But you know what? It's a good, and the social study was kind of interesting today. I was up in and then literally writing notes. So I'm not just doing the social study class. I'm literally writing family. I am literally writing. And I'm telling you, God is good though. You know what I mean? God is good. God is good. So, but it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let me try. See. Are you guys hearing any music? Let me know if you hear any music in the background. I don't know. Anybody there? Let me know. But I'm telling you guys, it's so much. But I get over it, and then I got up so early this morning because remember I told you guys I made myself a promise that I gotta get up early again because I'm accustomed to getting up early and always make sure my children are always on time for school. And then I was a little bit hesitant with all of that. Oh, hold on, I had switched out of that. Okay, let me see. I think somebody sent a message. I am using Restream, guys, so see with me. You think your kids are not listening, and they are, and one day that's the only difference with StreamYard and everything. So this is what I can do. I can overlay, so therefore I can be reading the comments. Okay, why is it low? Hide chat overlay. Oh, we don't want to hide the chat. Oh, okay, move your hand. Okay, we are lucky, resilient. Yes, we are lucky. Nice. Oh, you can hear the music. Thank you so much. I had to overlay it so I could see it on the screen. So I don't know if you guys are seeing it on the screen, but I can see it on my screen now. Because when you left it in the box, you're not able to see anything. So I'm learning. So homeschool is no joke, Selena. You must be serious. Yes. As Selena has said, you think your kids are not listening, and they are. And one day it's just click in their little minds, and it's so beautiful. And I get so proud of my daughter with her maths. I could cry. Yes, I want to cry, man. I'm telling you. We're here to support Resilient Queen. Thank you so much. Oh, now I'm learning something about Restream. So I'm reading the message that are coming in. I have to look up top because the message that I was reading is going down. What a calamity. Family. You never see you put grandma somewhere and grandma don't know how to juke the button and grandma looking down and then it's coming up top. You can select individual comment. Oh, okay. Okay. Lord, I'm telling you. Family, you know what I mean? Anything we're learning. But you know what I find so interesting today? You can select individual comment. Oh, okay. Okay. I never tried that. But I think I was playing around with it the other day, but you know, my mind is so much into my son's schoolwork and everything. And then the person that came in my apartment today, hey, congratulations, I love your apartment. Yes, it's reverse message direction. Yes, thank you, because if you didn't communicate just now and I put the overlay up on my screen that you guys are looking at, I would not be able to notice all of that. See, boy, pay to learn, family. Way to learn. So cheers to everybody. I hope everybody had a fantastic day today. And you know, if we did anything, we have so many things. But even today with my hold on. Let me take this off his screen for a second. Even today with my ring light right here. This ring light right here. My son taught me something about my ring light, because even though it comes as an LED light, I was showing you guys all the features, but I was not showing you guys all the features because I didn't play around with this thing here. My son look at me today, Mama, look. So, oh, gotta put it in. I forgot. I would recommend anybody get one of these ring lights here. So. Yes, get a ring light. Kind of bright. So let me see if I can show you it a little bit. It's right here. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a little bit bright. Ooh, Lord, too bright. It's too bright. It's too bright for the computer, family. I was gonna show you what my son taught me today. Let me see if I can do it real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna do it real quick. Excuse me, real quick. Look at that, the LED light. Ooh. My son taught me that today. So anyway, sorry, I won't dazzle anybody eye. I would have to do it like when I have on my phone. So I learned that today. You see, you can learn. The little kids can teach you so much. It's a man. And then all day today I was in and out all day today, in and out, you know. But I felt so productive this week. I felt so productive. And after I finished with this class just now, family, let me put up the chat up here. After I finished with the class, I was saying to myself, you know what? Okay, hold on. Let me put back a comment over here. So still gonna start with this one second. What is it? You know when you have the mouse over the chat, it tell you hiding something. I'm like, oh my god. Selena said, oh, that's so cool with the different color lights. Yes, the LED. My son figured that out for me today. Yes, busy days are the best though. Super productive, yes, especially when it comes when you have children. Yes. Oh, that's so cool with the different colored lights. Yes, man, my son taught me that today. You know when you're getting old, you only want to know how to have a phone and make a phone call, like you're just like, yeah, that's it, I'm good. Just click around, see what you can do. Yes. But you know, we are technology kids nowadays, you just call them. You know, I used to tutor a little baby for a lady when I was very young, when I was a teenager. I used to tutor this little baby, and you see, I don't even have a ring light yet on my shopping list. You know what? I had the ring light for a while in my shopping cart, and then last year when it was the holiday season coming down, that's when I get the ring light. And I was saying it was from Walmart. I threw the box away, and when I look at the box, it was from Walmart, not Amazon. So it was from Walmart, and it's cool. And then, you know, it adjusts to your length. Yeah. Yes, off the light, you know, everything. Yes, and then it come with a little remote, battery, everything. But put it on your list, you know, because I didn't have it for a while. I think one of the video was saying that, you know, I didn't have these things for a while. You know what I mean? But it just goes to show that, you know, as we grow, as we evolve, we're learning. Because with social study, you know, I was educating myself with social study today, and just to show the things that America have come a long way from in the days of learning, how children were learning things. Or so no, I'm only on YouTube of how America, you know, schooling was back in the days where you have just the native schools, you know, the people who were here in America then and stuff like that. And then you have the colonized schools, then you have the 1900 schools that was a bit more different and so forth, you know, the native schools, you know. It's like even back home in Jamaica, we have schools back then where it's just your grandparents, your aunt, your uncle teaching you. So let me read what is going on here. I am learning how I can invite someone onto my Restream to chat over live stream or do a live reading. Oh, well, it's at the bottom. Once you go on live stream, the tree that there's a head at the bottom with a little arch there with a plus sign. That's where you click, but then you have to go to the link that they give you and then try to invite someone. Yeah. But I'm just gonna navigate my way before I start to invite anyone, and then and stuff like that, you know. But you know what? You can start with yourself. I was watching a restream of someone. They literally, like, they have another phone and they send a link to themselves, and so that therefore you see them on that little box thing there. That's how you see them twice on the screen. They invite themselves. So you can do that to start with you inviting yourself. You just send a link to yourself. I was watching of how to set up the restream and how you can invite guests, and someone did it to themselves where they literally copy the link, send it. You could send it, I think they said email, and I think in the chat or something like that. They give 3 options, but I remember email very vividly. That they send it there and you can invite yourself. So you can send a link to yourself and invite yourself, and then you will have a little icon button where you have the big screen here, and then you pop up over there like how everybody else will be popping up. So the format is there. So probably start off with yourself first, and if you have the paid version, then you can pre-record it without going live, you know, and then restream it to see how you like it or so. So with this, you kind of you have option. That's a good part. But I'm just a free version right now. But I think I might need to upgrade if I need more opportunity. I might need to upgrade that right now. You know, I have other things to do that is way important. I have to juggle the way I can, the best way. You know, just play around like I had a YouTube friend test my live stream chat to start because I don't know anyone, but I get nervous about trying new things and put just anybody on my channel. But life is a cycle, my dear, and you are in this world. You have to. You have to. Nothing wrong with you getting nervous about anything. But as I said, you can also invite yourself to Restream. You know what I mean? So there's no need to have no hiccup no more. You start off with yourself. If you're not comfortable, start off with yourself. You know what I mean? You also have to be aware of the YouTube community guidelines too. Yes. But the person who I was getting the information from, they are part of the YouTube community in terms of they're the one who help send out some of these guidelines for us to follow when we go into the community things. That's where I know that person from. Not knowing personally, but sometimes YouTube is sending us things like to our YouTube studio, and then they will sell it to look at these persons' videos or so. YouTube make reference. So to that, I know those persons are credible because YouTube would not just recommend them. All right, so if I'm gonna try it, I like to make sure that if I'm gonna say something, that I can reference is somebody that is credible. You know what I mean? Not just somebody that just evolving on the scene just like me. Not to say that they don't know anything, but then if you're gonna want people to believe, or not people believe, but they can go research them too. Yeah. But you can start with yourself, you know. And then with this, what I've learned so far also was that when you have a video that you already post, because up on my video that you see up here that I had to post, I only post 3 video up here in terms of video that was already done, and one of them I had to mute the music because it would be copyrighted. So one of them I had to mute the music. I had also never joined an open panel before, and I just tried that out this weekend, which was scary for me. How was it? You say it was scary for you? I joined panels before, but now one day somebody put their link in their chat that was in their video on their live stream, and they put their link in the chat, and I was trying to go in there. My phone just clicked me out of it. But the phone I was on, it's like a dummy phone. You can't do anything. You can't make no calls. You can't do anything. I bought the phone and just waste money for that phone. And then as a result, I suffer for that. So it just kicked me out. Certain things it just kicked me out of. I am also just proud of us trying things out. Yes, we have to stand up, you know what I mean? Elevate ourselves. And as mothers too, because we have little young kids coming up, they gonna learn technology and all the things that we are running from, they gonna run right into it. AI. Computer and a whole that we don't want to take up. And then at the young age now, they're all on the smartphones. So I told you my son created a password on one of my phone before. So even if it's not something that they're learning in the schools, they're learning it outside of the school because you give them a device, or they get, even if you don't literally buy the device for them, but sometimes you're busy and you're doing something and you might just shove your phone and say, here, hold on to this till I'm done. So they could be quiet or something. And then they go in, if they know the phone don't have a lock, and they sure lock you out of your own phone, because it happened to me. It's so fun, but I don't think I will do a ton. No. You gotta pick, make sure something that you're comfortable with, you know what I mean? It's very important when we're doing stuff. We make sure whatever we're gonna do is something that we are comfortable with, Because if we're not comfortable with something, there's no point in pressuring yourself until you're literally ready. You know what I mean? Yeah. So how is everybody doing? How is everyone doing? How is everyone? So I was telling about the American English in social study. I was doing, and it was pretty interesting. Back in the days where they were saying how in the 1900s, when they talk about back then boys were mostly the one go to school, because girls was left home to help with their mother work. Wow, it was pretty interested. You say, oh yes, the children are learning, but my faith has limited screen time and restriction on games like, oh man, I don't even know what that is, but they be playing it. She doesn't have access to the chat. Oh, okay. Like for children game platform, there sure is a lot of adults. Yes, yes, and they communicate. They communicate with them. I'm like, ooh. Yes, my son be downloading a lot of video on my phone right now. I'm trying to delete them so I can upload some videos that I like, do some little shorter so. And right now I don't know what's going on. I probably gonna have to create a folder on my laptop, put everything on my laptop from my phone, and then delete everything off my phone. That's what I probably gonna have to do. Yes, these kids, every time I delete the games, they put back like a bunch of them. And it's not just one, they have no leniency. No leniency for me, the big one. Mom, why every time you delete my game? And I'm like, boy, it's my phone. But there you go again. You're in a meeting and you want him to keep quiet. Then you just shove the phone again. Here you go, hold this phone in a few minutes, however long you're in the meeting for. Go play a game or something. There you go again. Can't win everything with these kids, but we still got to steer them in the right direction, because even now, last night I sat right here with him. We read books. He literally read a whole book by himself. He read that book the other day by himself. We've been reading because March is reading month, so we start him early. Bluey is a great Australian children's show. Really, gotta look into that one. Australian show. Yes, so he start reading and he's so proud to get up. When he get up today and he read, I'm like, and then he took his book to school, tell the teacher that he gonna look for him. The teacher said tomorrow, so he was a little bit sad when teacher tell him tomorrow he can read. And then I told him, because I happened to be in his class at the time, and I said, listen, just come back home. Even though it's homeschool, I said, just come back home, perfect your craft, so tomorrow when teacher asks you to read, you can nail it. And he said, okay, mama. Yes, very much so. And then you know what, the schools are using AI too, because this semester every social study or science work are being uploading. Now they send a section to AI where you have to go in using AI generated content, and you have to do the work from there. So even since that, when I was on there, I can't even draw to save my life with those horror thing they gave me. My son said, mama, your drawing look like, and I said, boy, I'm trying to help you, you're criticizing my drawing. But I'm telling you, but they're doing AI generated content to teach your kids. I'm telling you, yeah. And I had to be sitting down there doing it, because that's a part of their homework. And I'm like, you talk about giving a lot of kids homework, homeschool, give your kids. If you want your kids to get a whole lot of homework, just do homeschool. Because you're the one going to do it, especially if they're small. Like the age group man is in. Selena said, easily I need to go, but you're doing an amazing I love coming here whenever I can. Yes, thank you so much, Selena. I appreciate you. Yes, I know you have your little ones and everything. Take care and keep going. Yes, thank you so much, and likewise, Selena, take care. You keep going. We're not going to give up. All right, and thanks to everyone that stopped by. I appreciate you all, and to everyone who was in the live stream today. I wasn't at home most of the time, in and out. So when I do come back, I just reply to you guys. And so forth. Probably some of you had already left, but thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. Oh, I like this peanut. I don't have no salt, but I like the one with the little touch of salt, kind of more. Make you want to eat. You say eat. Are we doing good, family? So I was just pretty interested about the and then a part of the social study thing I was reading for my son, and I had to write it down. Uh, in 1954, the Supreme Court ruled that all children are, I think, all school children should be able to go to school regardless of their skin color in one, not separated no more. Remember segregation or something. I'm like, wow, it's interesting to know. But some of these things it still happen in other countries as well. It maybe just have different meaning, but it do happen. Because even with basic school back home, back in the days that your auntie, your cousin teach you, like the Native American schools then, where they said it's your parents who taught you then, and then in the colonized schools, colonial schools, boys mainly go to school. Boys and girls go to school, but boys were the ones who mainly go to school in the colonized colonial schools then, after the native schools. And then they only go to school and they have a thing they call Hornbook in the American history and social study. Hornbook is where they have only the letters and numbers on it for them to learn. So school come a long way. And then in the 1900s, they have private and public school. In the 1900s, they have private and public school. And public school cost, and then private school cost, and then the public school was open to everybody and everything. And then but they were still going to school separated because of skin color. So they weren't, because of his skin color, they weren't able to go to school. They weren't able to go to the same school. They were separated. And then boys and girls were not in the same classroom either. We have school back home where you have all girls school. We have school back home where we have all boys school. And we have school where like all of these things that they're talking about too. Just in an American way. And then in the 1950s, when all the segregation and everything, they ruled that the Supreme Court ruled that every student must be going to the same school regardless of your skin color. So a lot of things come from a long way, family. A long way. From learning from your grandmother, your auntie, your uncle, to go into a place. And then, because I used to hear, even I think in my culture back in the days, they said girls used to mostly stay home with their mom to help on the farm or whatever work they have at home, help with the little ones or so, and then the boys go to school. That's why back in the days, you see a lot of men were more in power in a lot of stuff as opposed to now. Now they're talking about olden days school in America as opposed to nowadays school. When I say nowadays school, you have the private and public school here, which we do have in all countries, and I should say all countries are probably most countries. And they talk also about the online school now, where the children nowadays have choices as opposed to then when they were there. Christopher Flash, how are you? Greetings. How you doing? So a lot of things come a long way. Selena left because she said she has something to do. So she already left. Chris, how you doing? Greetings. So you can see the American school really come a long way. And one interesting fact I found out as well, they were talking about they also created open up more schools where a lot of people back in the 1950s were starting to migrate to America. And when they started to migrate to America from all over the world to come to America, they created schools where they start to teach all these children. Miss Sinapbat, greetings. How are you? Greetings. Yeah, yeah. You see, I'm sorry. I forgot, but this will be third Thursday. I am sorry. Are you gonna do it this Thursday, Chris? What time Thursday? I'm coming back to that point, family. So greetings to everyone. Greetings. So they were saying that in 1950s. No, Selena already left. Mr. Not back. She said she had to leave, so she already left. So in 1950s, not 1950s, in the 1900s, they also created a school for the people who migrate from different countries to come here. They helped created schools so they could teach the immigrant children. You so far we're coming from in immigration to teach the immigration children, the immigrant children, not immigration, sorry, the immigrant children that come here with their parents when they flee from all over, even if they don't flee, but they migrate here. You know, they come here and they create them, and one of the things they taught them here is English. Then they have English classes for them, as well as taught them the politics of America and the values of America. So you see how long immigrants are in this country from the night, well, probably more, but I'm just talking about the school system when all these children had the privilege to go to school, get a good education, and all these things. I just learned this in my son's school when I had to just do all those work, you know what I mean? Christopher first day. Same time because I have my daughter late. Oh, okay. So 8 o'clock Thursday. This Thursday coming, right? So Christopher Flash having a third Thursday. So this Thursday. That's the last time he didn't have it. So this Thursday he said, I think 8 o'clock. Correct me, Christopher. 8 o'clock our Eastern time or Central time. But it's so interesting, guys. You know, and I was there learning it, and I was like, because I like social study. I love social study because social study and history, these things they so evolve. You know, they're showing you the history behind a lot of things and the long journey that it took so many. Oh, okay. That it took us to really synchronize into understanding a lot of stuff around us. Even last night, there was this young lady I was watching the Oscar last night, and she got an award as the first. She says she's the first. She's from the Caribbean country. Ooh, which one of the Caribbean country? I was doing my son work while I was just listening and everything, and she was saying she's the first. Was it Bermuda? One of these Caribbean countries she's from. I don't remember. And she was saying, and I'm not gonna be the first nor the last. Others gonna come also after me and everything. And then I was listening to the radio this morning where they said some other, like the Mexicans are, so they said kind of feel upset, but I didn't get to hear everything because I just dropped my son off to school, turn the engine off, turn it back, run, drop the kid, come back. So it's a radio station. It's not like you can pause it and come back and pick it up. But we come a long way, family. Because back in the days, black were not. I put the book in the room. But back in the days, black people were not getting education with the whites. Remember they tell you that back in the days, black couldn't go to school with the white. And then after the Supreme Court rule in the 1954 to be exact, the Supreme Court they made that change. Then you see the mixture now of everything. So they call it desegregate. I mean, they stop that. They stop all of that. They cut it out. Not to say some places still not going to uphold some of those things, but it might not be up in your face. You know what I mean? Because it's natural. It's life. But it just goes to show how important it is to learn about the things that was then as opposed to where we are now. Because they're talking about now you have school events, online school where they say that you can either be into an actual class maybe one time per day for the week, and just do some little things, and then behind the scene you're doing the work, which you can. But Jaden go to school 5 days a week, so you have to go to school and do what they ask him to do. But it just go to show how far this country have came, you know. It just goes to show. But I think a lot more going to need to be done. A lot more going to be need to be done. But everything is a step by step process, you know. Everything is a step by step process. Family, how your children here, you know, educate them about their history. They're born here, educate them about their history, you know. Don't shy away from nothing. You have to educate the children, because when we are no longer here, they're gonna have to live through all the things that we would literally hidden from them, you know what I mean? So tell it to them now or don't tell it to them now, they still gonna learn about it one way or the other, because they either gonna learn it from others, or they gonna have to live it and then start to say what is going on, you know. Life is beautiful, family, but with education. However, we get that little bit of knowledge is powerful, you know, very powerful. Because when I start to read, I just start dive deep. Then I get my book. I start writing down some notes for my son, because I can always go back over it with him, you know, instead of being on the computer all the time. So I get my book and I write down probably about 5 to 6 pages of different things, because we're doing so many different works. And then today I cook a nice piece of food. Went to the grocery store, get me some watermelon, the mango done. In one day, the mango was finished. So in one day, the mango finished today. After I grabbed the mango, I grabbed some strawberries, and I didn't want to grab no grape. My son wanted grape, but I couldn't grab no grape, because after I looked at the grape in that little container, I said no. When I go to another store like further away, then I'll get the grape. But things too expensive now for me to just leave $1 on the table. And then today was cold. The sun was out, but don't mistake the sun for friend. It's not your friend today. It was cold. And actually, it might snow tonight. But I'm glad I'm always helping my son doing his work, but you know, the work this year they're giving them too much work. They don't have no breaks to draw. But if you draw the break, especially when you're a one-man band and you draw the break, plus you have your things to do, like tomorrow. I have a lot of stuff to do, plus tomorrow I have a meeting to attend at 10 o'clock tomorrow. And then I have to rush back because I have another meeting that have to be private. I like this thing, but I'm not 100% of it, if it makes sense. But you know, thanks to your love and support, family. I appreciate all of you. You know, I've been trying to reply to as many comments as possible, and watch out your videos too as well. Check out your videos and everything. So when you don't see me, you trust me, I'm there. Up Movement TV, bless up, man. What go on? What's going on? How you doing? Man, and respect. You know, I'm trying my endeavor best to make sure, you know, I go through and try to make sure I watch as many things as I can watch. I was on somebody's channel today, and I could not leave a comment. I was able to watch the video and like the video, but I could not leave a comment. I hope it was on so many channels. The whole channel I was on. My memory is bad when it comes on to something. I will remember something, but not remember exactly. I want going I want my nose today, peak in the live. Yeah man, yeah man. Gen X, what's going on? Good thing I look up as I talk about Movement TV. What's going on, Gen X? Bless up, man. Movement, bless up, bless up. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I eat some peanut and I give God thanks and was sharing a little things I learned about how the school system come a long way in America here. And also back in the long days. Oh, I'm telling you. Also back in Christopher Flash, we used to quit you funny. Oh then. You know. So they all learn look a bit. You know what I mean? But we are going to give God thanks and praise same way. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hanging on here, doing a whole bunch of homework like I'm back in school again. But I'm learning something because I'm in a different culture, different country. So I'm really learning a few things that maybe if I was somewhere else I wouldn't learn, you know. My ND Games, how was school system has come a long way. Yes. Yes, man. How you doing? No, man, you don't need to say excuse. That's all right. Yes, man, you come a long way. You know, but it just goes to show how you can live and you learn, you know. But maybe if I didn't have kids going to school, maybe I wouldn't even have no mind of knowing all of these things. So it's very important, you know what I mean? And in any country too, I would say come a long way. So how you doing? How you doing? You know, in any how you doing my indie game? How you doing? Everything come a long way nowadays. Even recently in Michigan here, a young lady lost her 2 children because they froze to death into a car because she did not have nowhere to stay, and that changed the law here. They changed some things in way how, and they some people are saying arrest her and everything, but after they look into the system, okay, you were being sarcastic. Okay, okay, well. Yeah, we already see what's going on, brother. We just have to pick ourselves up out of it. You know what I mean? Oh my indie game! You see my indie game say, "Yeah, you funny. You so this. I am grateful that I have my GED. Praise God." And I dropped out of school. Well, you know what? We have a lot of drops out in this world. But they're making waves and they're making history. So nothing that set you back in life is gonna determine anything. It depends on us. You know, because we're still making waves regardless of where we dropped out or anything. Because sometimes you dropped out of school and become even smarter than the man that go to school. Sometimes the man that's smart work for you. You dropped out of school, but you create a business and the man that's smart working for you. You see what I'm saying? Look a couple of these men, they telling you how far they go to school, be shocked. So, you know, these things are not a deterrent for us, you know. These are upliftment. You're motivating others to say, hey, I'm not encouraging you to drop out of school, but it's not the end of the world. That's how I interpret it, you know. And that's how good the school system is, and it has not come any further. Please just listening to the news because they're saying right now, I know Finland have the highest rating maths right now. I believe. Because they don't play with anything and stuff like that. But, you know, we're coming. We're coming. We just have to start weed out the things that are not important and put in the things that are important and focus on the things that are important to help build the education system, to help build the school system. Because sometimes we think we stress too much on the, especially when it's school system, they stress over the littlest detail. It just blown out, and then the shift from the narrative of education, you know, because of the little negative things that they see around them, and they just blow it out of proportion and run with that, and then education just drop over here like a ball. I believe I am better off than anybody that graduates school because they have been programmed. Unlike me, I stopped allowing the programming in ninth grade. So wow. Well, everybody we entitled to how we believe our opinions and all of that. So can't be mad. Homeschool is awesome, but going to public school is crap for children. My DG, what you have with school? What you have with school? You utilize. I don't know. Academic. I do virtual. I do virtual, but I don't know which one of the academy that is. But I do the virtual one. Gen X events. I hope you have an amazing evening, Queen. Yes, thank you so much. I'm giving God thanks and praise. Not giving up. Sorry, my ND again, you had to go through some, but through the things that we have to go through in life, that's how we learn. You know what I mean? And then you can share. Remember, people, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own beliefs and everything. That doesn't mean it's your belief, all right? So we have respectful space for everybody to share how they feel about something. Doesn't mean that you have to feel the same way because you might not have that same experience. You understand? So we have to respect each other in how they're being saying that things oppress them then as opposed to now, or if it's still happening because based on their knowledge and understanding. All right. And even if you're out of school and you dropped out of school, it's not the end of the world for you. There are several things you can learn out there. And sometimes some of the millionaires you see right now around the world, some of them drop out of school early, but they kept going. They didn't let because of their circumstances. They didn't learn and educate themselves and uplift themselves. You understand? They just remember everybody's opinion is different. You understand? I am trying to share with you. I am not trying to agitate you. No, 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 no. I'm just letting everybody know. So if anybody watching us privately or publicly, and let's say whatever you're saying or whatever I'm saying, they might not agree with it or anything. I'm just letting them know we all entitled to our opinion, and your opinion or my opinion might not be of other people's opinion. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just like putting that in the air so nobody have to be frustrated or be mad about something or so forth. So you know how the education system works. Somebody will say, "Oh, you were a bad child, so you didn't learn nothing in school. Or you wanted to do this, or you wanted to do that." You know what I mean? So everybody's mind is not gonna be on the same accord in a lot of stuff. Our perspective is gonna be different when we're looking at things because that might not be our opinion because we never have that situation. If we go to school and we never dropped out of school, we're not gonna have the same opinion as you. You know what I mean? And the man who never go to school, never in his life, because nobody took him to school, they're not gonna have the same opinion as us. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, we don't want nobody feel like, we have to all agree to disagree on a lot of stuff respectful. Oh, I know the end of the world wouldn't have been would have been going to school. That's all I am trying to share because I care about you. Yes, man. Yes, man. Manners, love, and respect, man. I'll be watching you doing up your push-up, but we just can't comment on the videos. You only can like them. You're doing all the push-up and everything, but the other one, the beat things there. But you can't comment on the video. I don't know if you have that problem like when you watch a short or so you can't comment on the videos. Wow. But don't give up, family. Don't give up in life. You understand? You have to know you have to know your journey. Know where you stand in life to know where you're coming from. Like when I was sharing with you about the different ways in which the school system here come a long way. From the native school days where parents teach their children. That was the first one, the native schooling. Huh? Then you have the colonial schooling. Then you have the 1900 schooling. Then you have the 1950 schooling. And then you have now. Come a long way. And in the 1954, they changed it so everybody can be in one accord now. All people of different skin color can now mix together in a classroom now. Before we were separated. Boys go to school, they were separated from the girls. We have that in our country too, where you have school, all boys school, all girls school. So some things are similar, some things are different, you know what I mean? And some things will hit us hard and some things won't. I have friends who dropped out of school. But right now they are business owners. They own business and looking to even employ me. This goes to show that, you know what I mean? No matter where you are in life, it depends on how you look at life. You know what I mean? And what we want from life is gonna make the difference. When we see the things that are not good, we have to start to find ways. How can I change it? How can I be a part of the solution? How can I be a part of the conversation that is going to make solution that is going to solve the problem? So when we're looking at life, we have to look at these things differently, and that's why we have. What do you think they collect data? You think they just collect data from somebody who completes school all the time? They collect data from everyone. People who dropped out of school, people who didn't go to school, why they didn't go to school, what were the reasons? Was it financial? Was it because their parents didn't have it, their parents didn't care, blah blah blah, etc. Several factors. I totally understand what you were talking about. Now I thought you were talking about the knowledge that was being shared with us and that was being taught to us by the school system. My apology. Well, we learned so much. I'm learning the system right now. So we talk about everything in little of everything in one minding game. We'll be shocked to know every little thing in one. You know what I mean? Might not fully understand why then, what was happening then. But I'm just saying we really come a long way, and it's not just in America, it's the world. We have come a long way. You know what I mean? Because when we look at what is going on right around the world, if it affect one country, affect a lot. What the government trying to impose on goods and the products or the service that people going to offer from different parts of the world here. When they put in these things, it's going to affect us, the consumer. Because a lot of things, when they change it, these business people, everything, they have to up something in order for them to stay in business. They're going to be out of business. You know what I mean? So a lot of things are evolving now. They're going to take knowledge, you're going to take understanding, you're going to take so many things, you're going to take compromising, you're going to take so many things, Please be careful about the knowledge and sharing with you. It's a lot of lies and a lot of misinformation, especially the history. I heard that before. Yeah, I heard that before. But you see, good part of life is that we can't be naive to everything. We just have to go learn anything with an open mind. So that means we have room to evolve, room to learn other things, room to grow. You know what I mean? We can't box ourselves in. But I heard it before. But that's how life is. That's how life is. But that is all changes come in this world. I mean, the things that is not so good for us, those are the things we are going to look at. I say, what is really happening? What is really causing us to be in this situation, and why? And then the people that is out there right now, that with what's happening around the world, while we here probably sleep, some of us sleep, some of us are in work, they're doing some deep dive into different research, different statistics that probably even prove that in the next 50 years or so, or the next 30 years, 20 years, 5 years, 10 years, this is how this is going to happen. This is how, it's like people who predict these things. And they know with everything that is happening around us now, a lot of this going to have a big discussion on us now. A lot of things, and you're going to need education for that. You can just, surface level or just opinionated. We have to come up with facts on these things, and that's the beauty of us as human beings. We can just make sure we say these things. Half of them don't have to be factor, because if you don't research everything to understand the history behind a lot of stuff, you have to make it known it's just your opinion of anything. But family never give up in life. Doesn't matter where you are in life. The journey to success is never easy. And don't look at your past and use your past to tear yourself down. You want to look at your past and see how you can use your past to strengthen you, so that when you elevate to the next level, you can get there and be more appreciative. Because if the things that didn't destroy you, some things are meant to destroy you, and some things are meant to break you, but you also learn from those things that break you. Yeah, you can share the facts. Yeah, you can share it. We're here to learn. We're here to learn, brother. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? And what better way to share the facts from somebody who born and raised here, not just live here, but you've been here. That's your opinion, that's your facts and something that you have. Because you gotta remember, so many perspectives are out there on a lot of issues. You know what I mean? But we still have to give God thanks and praise for every little thing that comes around. We have to. And those are the things give you eye opening, like, okay. Like I told you what I learned. It make your eye opening and say, you know what, I appreciate now. Depending on how you're looking at situation. Depending on how you're looking at something, you can say, you know what, I appreciate now as opposed to then. Or, we come a long way. Some people will say, yes, we do. I mean, not just one country, it's every country. You can look now and say, we have come a long way. I watched this lady went to her country, and in her video she was saying, so here is beautiful. This is the part that they don't show you. They don't show you the worst part. But look at this part. Look how beautiful it is. So through the lens of others, you can learn so many things. And then further on, even if somebody shares something with you, you can always go do further research if you're curious. Because curiosity leads to so many different changes. Don't just have curiosity to curious about something. When somebody shares something and you didn't even have a clue of it, go research it for yourself. Even if it was lies or so, it would be out there, especially if it was written up and printed up and boxed to the curve or anything. It would be out there, especially nowadays. Everything you see out there, it's hard to find nothing nowadays. Even if it's off of Wikipedia, the information rewritten. Wow. So how is everyone doing otherwise, family? How everyone doing? We are here, we're doing good, giving God thanks and praise and evolving and learning every day, you know what I mean? Wow. I'm telling you. Just here enjoying my peanut a little bit. I'm going to drink me some orange juice and give God thanks and praise, coming a long way. Then I would also say to anybody, going into any country, learn all you can. Doesn't mean some things is not gonna sit well with you. Some things will sit well with you, and some things you're gonna have. You have to think thoroughly. Think about it. Real deep thinking, not just okay, yeah. Something you have to really think about it because of things that is happening. You know what I mean? That you will see, because as I said, no one size fit all, no one perspective don't fit all. But going down the line, that's how you learn. You have to keep educating yourself, especially when you have children now. They're growing up and they're asking different questions, or so, and they want to learn this and they want to learn that. And you don't have the answer to all of those because you don't have the facts. then that gonna let you to start dig deeper, to find these things so you can better able to cater for those children. Mr. Imani again said the modern school system as we know it today largely originated in the Prashusa. I hope I'm pronouncing that word good. Prashusa. It's like a almost a Russia, but not a Russia. Okay. You see, I'm not from America. So I have to make sure now, since I have children here, I have to start dig deeper into the little history that they're giving my son here to learn, and I gonna have to start to dig deeper because if he gonna be here and they acquire a good education, I have to make sure I'm being involved 100% so I can understand things and I be able to explain things to him. You say where the goals. The goal was to create a well-educated and obedient citizen, particularly for the military, by establishing standardized curriculum and mandatory schooling for all social classes. Uh, oh, Russia. Okay. Oh, because I was saying Russia. I don't know if you heard me say that. I was gonna say Russia, but I'm not sure. Okay. Well, not bad, girl. Your girl, not bad. Okay, because I was gonna Google the word just now. I was about to Google the word by DK. Yes, we have standardized tests too, curriculum too, a mandatory school. It's all countries. Some things are just look a bit more leniency than some, but they do have it all over the world. You know, just that some place more strict than some. It's a must. It's a criteria. But they do have it. Other parts of the world do have it. All these places, like they would say, if America cities, everybody else cities, everywhere have all these things. They have their own rules and regulations that govern their country. Same thing with America. And it just like I come to America and my views on America may be different, but somebody who live, you ever hear they say somebody who live here? You ever hear they say somebody? Yes. Oh, okay, like Russia with a P. Russia. Oh, okay. You say like Russia with a P. Okay, gotcha. But they always say like somebody who live here, they can give you a rundown of the history of anything that we would be saying. Oh no, it's not so bad. Blah blah blah. Da da da. But somebody else can come and say because they've been there, they live it all. They can come and say XYZ from their side or from their views and say XYZ, you know what I mean? And my phone needs charging. Why is my phone acting up? I'm trying to research, but my phone acting up. Oh my god. And the kids keep downloading game on the phone. I'm true. On the phone, but they do have it all over. It's not just in America. Because I had to do standardized tests, and some things were mandatory for us. Mandatory for us to do. My pronunciation, excuse it. But through it all, we still have to fight for life. Up till this day, we're still fighting for everything. My phone is not it. I don't know what's going on with this phone. I've tried to Google. Come on. Oh Lord. I can't do nothing on this phone. Let me see if I can though. I can't do nothing on the phone. Oh I bought this phone in the hopes of we have so much gigabyte. and then they said the gigabyte in full. This supposed to hold 256 gigabyte. Plus, I bought a 256 SD card put in there. Then they said the SD card corrupt. I'm like, oops, everything corrupt. Just gotta live, baby. We just gotta live and live till we can't live no more in this world. You wake up and you see your life and you say, thank you, Jesus. That's all we need to do. Wake up and you say, thank you, Jesus. Because the things of this world, and it's not just one particular part in the world. Everywhere you're gonna go, you're gonna see something happen, discrepancy here and there. And what you're gonna do? We just have to rise up, wake up, and we see we foot touching the ground. We say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for life. It's a new day, it's a new beginning, it's a new chapter. What can I do that I didn't do yesterday? If you're the person that look back at that life there, because I'm telling you, Mr. Resilient Queen, do you notice that we are alone now? Yes, yes, but that's all right. That's all right. I ain't worried about life. We can't worry about nothing in life because you gotta remember too, not everybody want to be a part of conversation that can be a very touchical. When it comes to education, religion, especially when you're looking back at olden days stuff that are embedded in history, and people who've been through these things are their parents, the fourth generation of their great grandparents and all these things, lived through these and they know what the oppression of this world was then as opposed to now. It's like bringing up old memories. We call it open back an old sore. And then people have to live through these things. So sometimes it's not the fact that people don't want to hear these things, they just don't want to be partaker of anything. You know what I mean? So sometimes we have to bear that in mind as well, because some things can be depressing for some people to relive it. And then also with the opinions that what we're going to share, if they realize that they know that, okay, this is not how I was taught, this is not how I was learning things, and all the back and forth are, so they might say, no, I don't want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that they have nothing with anyone, they just don't want to be a part of it. So you have to bear that in mind. Because even in the public domain, you see all these things. You see Donald Trump tell me, but you know what? If you listen, you have the blame. If you're not going to do blame. Yeah, he said no. That's because the conversation had some depth into it. So I apologize because people around here really don't want to talk deep. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. They say sometime coffee, sometime tea, and I think I will sing that song there. I think it's I forgot the artist who says sometime coffee, sometime tea. We ain't gonna get everything the way we want it sometimes. It's like sometimes we have salt, sometimes we don't have none. Sometimes we just appear sugar. It's like sometimes you need to go grocery shopping because nothing in the house but maybe little water. And sometimes there's no water, it's just salt. You know what I mean? So we just have to just take it as it comes, you know what I mean? And give God the praise. That's all I can say. But certain topics can be sensitive, especially when different opinions are gonna come and have to sit through things that may not resonate with them the way they want it to resonate, or the conversation is going a different direction where they say, you know what, I'll come back next night, it's all good. You know what I mean? So we have to bear that in mind, especially if we're gonna become a content creator. We're gonna say something or start up something and everybody say, you know what, that's not how I perceive it. And then because they might not want to partake of it to say their point of view or anything, and maybe rub somebody else around with this, I might just opt out. It's natural and it's life, I could leave and you can get a different conversation going. You will see that if you make it later, people will come back. Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's life. Me, I asked my father to give me the mind of not just a boxing in mind, but I want a mind to be out there, so I can learn. Some things when you learn it, then you can definitely, they call it differentiate what is what, or you can go through it and say, okay, I understand. Oh, I see. You know what I mean? But right now, it's life is what it is. But as content creators out there, one thing we have to understand, we're going to touch on topics sometime, and then somebody who have some knowledge about something because they live it, they've been through it, might be sharing something, and they could be sharing something in a different way, and it might not sit well with somebody else. We also have to still bear in mind that we want to be respectful to others as much as possible. Like me, I always say to someone, even if you're on my platform and you hear I'm saying something and it might be a trigger to you, because mind you, I don't know what people triggers are. I could be up here talking, relaxing, rotating my chair, going on, drink my green juice and all these things and talking rubbish, talking garbage. And I don't know that my garbage could be affecting somebody in a negative way. You know what I mean? Or what I'm saying is not what they're interested in. They just come into, look, I have a long day at work. They probably saying to themselves, look, they're not saying it to you because they don't want to offend you either. You see how people consider it, so they rather tell themselves, I'm just going to buy out for the night, or I'm going to dial out for the night, which is much more better to me, to be more respectful that way, to buy yourself out or dial out because something not sitting well with you, or the way this conversation is going to go, it's going to go in a wrong direction that I am not comfortable with it going, or they can say, you know what, I see this going in the wrong direction. Mind you, when we're having these kind of dialogues that we come on and turn our computer screen on, there are several people that is out there that we don't know who we're talking to. We could be talking to the government. We could be talking to people who are in education, people who are in politics, people who are in so many different things, in history, in geography, in so many different arenas. You know what I mean? And then they know this and know that, and then they say, you know what? You say I'm not triggered. I'm trying to share knowledge with you because it sounds like you were talking about me. But that's all right. You know, what I mean? That's all right. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Life is all about learning something and then you move on. And then while we can't think of it again, we like, you know what? We're moving on. Let's move this direction instead of move this direction because we tried this before and then you realize, oh, nobody want to deal with that. You know what I mean? So in life, trial and error is going to teach us how to navigate our way. It's like you get lost and you have to navigate your way back home. Those rubber that you had to go through to find your way back on the right path, you learn right there. So now you know the route that you had to take when you got lost, all the rigorousness that you had to go through to come right back on track. And it's all about life, you know, and growth is not something that just happen and evolve. Sometimes you go and take a dip into something and then you go realize that whoops, wrong approach, whoops, wrong method. But that doesn't mean you really have to, especially if it wasn't saying something, anything rude, because you're just sharing your own opinion. You know, people are entitled to their opinions and everything. But then if people don't want to be partake of certain things, we can't be mad at them. We have to respect them for that. You know, we have to learn to respect people for the things that they don't want to have sitting with them, for them to be tolerating those kind of stuff. In today's world, the kids, they would have said these BSH, you know what I mean? They don't want to be a part of these things. And because too much is going on in this world. So understanding goes a long way. And respecting people's boundaries, and when we see things that's sitting well, then automatically, we get an idea as to say, okay, so now I know how to navigate my way next time. You learn, you're learning. This world we're in is a learning curve. Constantly learning something, whether it's factual, it's opinionated, it's just surface level conversation or whatever it is. We're learning something. Because nowadays you can go research anything you need to research. They have credible source out there that you can go and get information on a lot of stuff. But I would say to anyone out there, I always say if something don't sit well with you, or you can always buy out, and you can always dial out. Very important, because one, your health is important, your mind frame is important, and if you're working towards your peace, the last thing you want is somebody to tear that piece apart that you're just trying. Let's say you just start working on your piece. Anybody out there, you know what that piece is. And you just start to work on your piece. The last thing you want is for anything that somebody's gonna have discussion about on their platform. It don't have to be my specific platform, but anybody platform at all. And something don't sit well with you. I'd rather you buy yourself out and dialogue than be rude. You see what I'm saying, people? So if you're out there and even if you're in the background and you don't say, I don't want to be a part of this conversation, I don't want to even show up to say I'm here. I just want to sit back, relax in the back and, take note so that, because if you're a content creator, you take note about how other people do things. So even if, let's say one day you're having a conversation or a dialogue with your people and something should ever bring up like this, or so then you will know, nope. No, you start to say, nope, 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 nope. You know what I mean? You start to say, oh Lord, nope, nope, I'm not going there, I'm not going there. You know what I mean? You go be like the cartoon character, nope, 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 nope. So you have to learn these things. Remind you now, the mistake someone is going to make, they will not know they're going to make it until they're in it. You're not going to know that some things you're going to say is going to go left. Or it's going to be, let's use east, west, north, or south. You not know if it's going to go east, west, north, or south until you're in it. Then you have to really literally say, okay, it's okay. Finding solution to the problem is not always trying to say, you know what, I'm going to run. No. But your peace of mind, and I would always tell him, the family, anytime I'm here and if something is being said and you guys don't like it, or don't want to be a part of it, buy out. And when I mean buy out or dialogue, is better that way than people being disrespectful or rude, you know what I mean? Because a part of life is to grow. It's to strengthen yourself, strengthen the livelihood around you, strengthen the communities that you guys are building, strengthen your brand, and learn from yourself. Learn from others, grow, elevate, So this wasn't the right thing to do on your channel, to have a conversation about what you were talking about or engage. Well, yeah, my end again. To be honest, we will never know what is going to happen, or how things was going to go. If something was being said, you're not going to know how things is going to go. You know what I mean? So if this didn't happen, then you know next time if this happened. No, let's say you're talking about this on your channel, and you bring something, or let's say you were talking and somebody does come up and bring something in, and you realize that all the people that was there don't want to partake of it. You can't be mad at them, because you gotta think about it. People have long day from work. People have their own problems. People being through the hustle and the bustle, still going through the hustle and the bustle. We have to learn to think about look at the positive aspect of things. Would you want to be in an environment when you just come from work trying to relax and hear crazy somebody resilient queen talking, and then all of a sudden you hear this, that, and nobody want to deal with all of that sometimes. Not to say they want to be rude, but nobody want to deal with all that. It's like we're crying attitude. Not to say we're crying, literally crying, because we're sharing and say, oh, this, that, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And it's like we're not coming to a solution to say Ray are agreeing to anything, you know what I mean? So it's life, but we're going to be mad about it. Don't you see the president and president meet up and they head connecting together? But you hear what the president said, if you need a proper way to come and talk to us, you have to find a proper way to come and talk to us. It's life, you only have one life, brother. We can't live it with what's gone. You have to live it with what you see now. You say, oh, I talk about it with that involved. I don't care about the people. I care about that conversation. One person is more important than many. And if many just want to be surface and abuse. Oh, okay, okay. And that's what I'm saying. You just can't worry. I mean, you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going because there's a cutoff time to everything, and we just have to keep going and learn and grow. Know how. Listen, sometimes you go there in this world, or me go there, and sometimes I will probably say something to someone. And if they didn't say no, we don't do that. Or like somebody, I will say, hey, I'm gonna cook something, and somebody says, oh, I don't eat that. How would I know they don't eat that? I'm gonna wear this. How would I know if somebody don't like this? Because they remind them of blank blank, or it bring back so many negative memories. I wouldn't know that until I say I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? Or I wouldn't know certain things was gonna happen unless if I didn't say something or somebody didn't say something and we are alluding to. You know what I mean? So if in this world, if everyone that is on this planet, past and present, was supposed to know, especially the past, people who pass off, not here no more. If they were supposed, especially the one that things really happened to, if they had known that something was going to happen to them, the part that they took that day or had taken within that time frame leading up to where they are now, they would have never taken it. So sometimes we have to give ourselves grace in the midst of something. We can't feel bad about everything. What we have to tell ourselves that once we see what is happening, and we're not going to let that happen again. You know what I mean? So we just have to keep move on. We can't keep looking back and say, oh, this or that. We just have to keep going, eh? They didn't know what to say now that they were uncomfortable. They had no intellectual concept of this subject. Well, that's all right. And even if they don't have none of those intellectual knowledge or anything, it's best that instead of people start getting rude or anything, it's best for them to buy out and relax until further day or better days. You know what I mean? You gotta remember these things. It's better that way because then you don't want people to be living in fear or something. And if we're gonna be content creators, we gotta always remember that we might say something and if we rub somebody the wrong way, we might be engaged in conversation that is not what people want to hear. But we can't worry about because they're gone. Sometimes they don't go on. They just take a break. Because now they come from, as I said, long days of work. You see what is going on. People don't want to hear all these things that they have to deal with every day. They want to hear it, to be honest. Or they don't even want to hear the past bring up too much either. Because it's like, I remember my grandma. Oh, I remember my papa. Oh, I remember the struggles. Oh, I remember this. Oh, I remember. Sometimes it's not that they don't want to hear it, but it just brings back so much unsettled, things around them that they had to deal with. You know what I mean? So we have to give God thanks and praise for the people who respectfully try to buy themselves out and try to dial out for their peace of mind. Everybody's peace of mind is important, and we as content creators, we have to respect that. We have to respect that because to be honest, I don't want to be rude on my channel. You know what I mean? So I have to respect when other people stood up and said, you know what, I'm just gonna call it. I'm just gonna hang my spikes up. I'm retiring for tonight. I'm taking a break from tonight because this is not for me. That's all right. It's better for them to just silently go. You know what I mean? But when we get mad at them because they're all gone, we can't get mad. What we have to do is go visit at the drawing board. It's like a sprinter. Expect to win the race. And then go to the day of the championship and don't win the race. But they were the ones set to win the race. You see what I'm saying? Or then they go, little did they know that somebody else was out there preparing for them. But they can't give up. They still gotta go out there on the race because guess what? They did not know that person in the line was gonna beat them. They don't know. If they had known, they probably would have said my ankle hurt. You know what I mean? They would have said my ankle. But if we have known, listen. If I had known that a lot of stuff that I say when I can share with you guys, if I had known that these things was gonna happen, I would say my ankle, my waist, my hand, no, my hand. I'll be crying for something. But then we don't know until we are in these situations. But I respect everybody who say, you know what, this is not for me. I want to support somebody, but what you're talking about tonight, I can't indulge. I can't be a part of it. I can't partake of it. Next time I'll support. I respect those people. You know what I mean? Relax. We respect those people. And it's better that way than we have people going back and forth being rude, negative in that point where you might have to report them, you have to block them, you have to delete them. You know what I mean? So content creators is not an easy task when you have those kind of jobs that we are putting ourselves into, and we have to have a level of understanding from different ways. You say you're right, I agree. It's your channel, and you have to be responsible for it, and can't allow disrespect, and have hope that I was not disrespectful. Mind the games. Why you worry? You remember you were just sharing your own opinions. Remember I said it from day one. Remember I said it. Remember when you were talking, I said this is somebody's opinion. This is what they have probably been through. That doesn't mean that opinion is of somebody else. But you gotta remember also when we're sharing something, even in therapy, they will tell you. If you have a group therapy or anything, they will tell you if you're sharing something, be mindful because sometimes it could be a trigger for somebody else because you don't know what they had lived through, you don't know what they had gone through. So sometimes it's not really that somebody might have a problem about with you, but maybe the conversation that you're having or we're having, the dialogue or something is not sitting well with them. It's resonating, but it's striking our nerves in the negative light. And therefore, people need to take the break to heal. And we have to respect that because if we want our people to be our people, we have to respect the decision that they make, whether they make it privately or they make it publicly. Because to be honest, when you're saying something and somebody just drop off right there and then as soon as they start talking, that's a clear indication that telling you that, you know what, people don't want to be a part of that. Because one, they themselves can be also upset about this situation, but they don't want to go deeper into it to say, ooh, then we all have a whole abalu about things, you know what I mean? So we have to respect those people and give them grace and stuff. And as content creators, we have to learn to think not just one part of us, but think other ways outside of things. When you start to have a conversation, do you stop or do you keep going? What do you change the narrative? Try as much as possible to change the subject so that going forward, people can understand that you were just making a point and whatever, and then leave it as that. You know what I mean? You apologize to your people, or you say, remember, these things are just of people opinion or something. They already see. I already outlined that. So they understand, they know what time it is. You know what I mean? So life is all about strengthening ourselves, strengthening our community, and also be mindful. And if you're talking about some, even with prayers, you may be praying and you may have 10 people on here, for example. And as soon as you start praying, somebody might hop off. Why? Because that person may not believe in what you believe in, the same God. Because you have atheists out there, you have all kind of stuff. There are people who just not about your religion. They're not about how we pray either. Everybody different, pray different. Even though we might be saying in our religion, we might be saying, oh, there is only one God or something. But other people, oh, they have different opinion and views on that. And that's why a lot of things like politics, education can be a tough topic, and religious. That's why you see a lot of schools don't have these things no more because of the different viewpoints. Even recently, there was a young girl here that had to step up for herself too because she didn't want to be a partake of something here. And the teacher said a comment to her, like something like she said, you could go back to your country, blah, blah, blah. And that was also written up like a lawsuit right now. Are probably heading there. So you see, sometimes we have to be mindful when we see things go the other ways. If people don't want to partake, it's just respect them. Because why would we want them to stay around for something? And then little did we know that these things can have major implication on them. And then you go pay the price for it for good. You know what I mean? So we have to respect others. You know, as much as we want them to be here and everything, but I would not encourage anyone if I'm talking about anything and it's not sitting well with them to sit there and listen to it. No. Because a part of life is we gotta stand up, and at some point in our life we gotta understand that everything we're gonna utter out of our mouth sometimes, which are just sometimes opinions, is no real facts, because when you're talking about facts, we have to use statistics and a lot of research, and according to this person, according to that person, blah blah blah, XYZ, you know, to back these things up. You know what I mean? So we're just talking sometimes, even if you look at facts, isn't there some truth to something? It might not be everything is truthful, because it's just opinion or what you think, what you believe in. So we have to respect that. You say, I'm okay, I don't need to strike any sensitive nerve, but I will stay away from this conversation because you just went somewhere that I don't understand. Oh, I'm sorry. But we ain't gonna talk about this no more. Then I was just sharing some stuff about my son and everything. We ain't gonna talk about this no more. You know what I mean? But you know, when you learn something, you always want to share with your fans and what you have learned. You know, I'm in a different country. I'm learning about this as well as taking care of kids. And in my country, I didn't have to take care of no kids. I tutored the kids, but I didn't have to take care of no kids because I didn't have no kids there of my own. You know what I mean? But we live how we grow. We live how we grow. My NDA. But the action of the people, that's enough proof. No, man, you don't worry yourself, man. God got us. That's one of the biggest things we have to tell ourselves. The Creator got us. The author of us got us. You know what I mean? And as I said, we have to respect others. Because the last thing you want is people to be rude and disrespectful. Not to say they cannot, they can. But in they're trying not to, because you're not rude to them. They rather just say, you know what, I think my spikes are resilient, I see you, but you know what, I'm not gonna stay any longer tonight. So I want to say a big shout out to each and everyone who stopped by and everything, and if anything had offended anyone or so, you know, I personally apologize for any little thing or so forth, and I respect everybody that stood up for themselves, because yourself is important and you know yourself better than anybody else. So if anything that was said and didn't sit well with you guys, I apologize for that, and I respect you guys' decision. Whatever decisions you guys make, I respect that. And if you guys are content creators as well, I hope you learn and take a page, because that's how we're gonna grow. You understand? Don't sit there and say, I would never do that. Or you never know when things gonna happen, because all it takes for something to spiral is one thing, and then you get so many different things. And if things don't sit well with us, guys, just dial out or buy out. Like the good people, they just buy out or dial out for the night and take a break. So until then, family, you go and eat a food, enjoy the rest of your nights, and be loving, be kind, be caring, and be compassionate to each other. And my ND games, don't worry yourself, brother. Let me tell you something. You don't worry yourself about nothing in life. Just keep going. When you're elevating to the next level, you gotta keep going, because you're gonna have many more hurdles we're gonna have to carry to go over. It's just a beginning, and it's just a brush off the test of time. And how we're gonna stand the test of time is what we're gonna do with what we have when God put it in front of us. It's not what mankind put in front of us, it's what God put in front of us. You know, we have to have learned, we have an open mind, so that we can learn and grow from each thing that we're going to say or do. Because remember, we're human beings. You know, errors are going to be made. Talking all the time can make you talk rubbish, garbage all the time. It's life, all right? So good night, and I apologize to you, Queen. Yes, my manners, love, and respect, you know, no hard feelings, nothing, you know. To God be the glory. Sweet Juicy say, greetings, how are you? How are you? Sweet Juicy, how are you? So we're about to leave out right now, family. So I want you guys to have a blessed night and everything. And don't give up off life. When you see things don't go the right way you wanted it to go, or that's not what you were hoping, that shift. You understand? And respect the people. Respect your people, because they are your people. They will come when something else is not of that. You know what I mean? So don't worry yourself, man. To God be the glory. It's a great things he has done. I'm not what I'm trying to share. And yes, man, we are trying to share, but as we say, we got to be mindful of the community too. Because everybody dealing with all kind of something. You name a Alice, somebody out there. But anyway, we ain't gonna stay longer, family. So we say one love, manners, love, and respect to everyone and to each his own. And I respect everybody for doing what they have to do to protect their peace of mind. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy out there in the battlefield. Never easy. So peace out, people. Have a blessed night. Bye, ND.